Hey, Coach, how's it going? How was this week of practice, and how are you feeling going into Saturday?
Well, we're confident that we're ready to go. We've had uh, a good 7 practices, counting today. I'm already counting that one, Nikki. But we've had a good 6 practices at this point. Heading into Georgia week, I think we have confidence. Um, we're fairly healthy as a football team, so we're just really excited about going and playing.
Nate?
Sam, how important is it, even if you fall behind early, to stay patient with Boyd in the running game?
Very, we just have to play our game, and we can't panic if things don't go well early for us, and we just have to keep fighting, keep believing. But we certainly won't and cannot afford to get rid of our running game because we feel like we've got a really good back, and our line has improved tremendously, and we just have to keep pounding it in there and see if we can't break one.
Scotty?
Hey, Sam, earlier this week, Rakeem said that he's been so excited for game day that he's having a hard time sleeping. I'm wondering, on your end, if you've been able to kind of shut your mind off and rest when you need to.
Until 2 nights ago. 2 nights ago, I haven't slept. I woke up real early and haven't slept as well as what I did earlier. Obviously, that happened as an assistant coach. It didn't happen on a Tuesday night. It happened more towards Thursday, Friday. But just anxious, and obviously, I'd be lying if I didn't tell you I'm nervous about this thing, that thing, but I'm just anxious to get our football team out there. I'm proud of them. I want to get them out there and see where we are to this point.
Trey Biddy?
Yeah, Coach, last year when you were at Georgia, South Carolina came down there. They're a big underdog and beat y'all 20-17 in overtime. Just curious what they did to have success against you guys, and can you do that to Georgia this year?
Well, they had Kinlaw on the D line, which was, we couldn't block him, number one. But they came in there with the belief that they could beat us, and they were a physical football team. And that day they out-physicaled us, and right before half, they intercepted a pass and took it back to the house on us, and we just were mistake prone, and they were the better team that day. And it just proves that if you have guys that play hard and you don't turn the ball over, and you believe in your coaching staff, you have an opportunity to win. That's what they did, and they did have that big play that went back for 7 right before the half.
Yeah, Coach, I saw where Jerry Jacobs had tweeted today where he's going to wear number 0. That's a new thing for college football. How many players wanted that number, and how was it decided that he got that?
Jerry got it by default, to be honest with you. We had him and Mike Woods were in the same jersey, and they're also starting on one of our teams, one of our special teams. And so I sat them down and said, hey, man, we're not playing this musical. You put a jersey on when you go in. We can't afford to do that. So one of y'all's got to change. And Jerry said, 0 available still? I said, yeah, you're a senior. You got it. So that's how it happened.
Tom?
Took me a minute to get unmuted, sorry. Hey, you said on radio last night that the COVID testing is something that weighs on you maybe as much as anything in this camp. And I'm wondering how you feel about your numbers, and do you have any suspensions going into this game?
I feel good about our numbers, and yes, there'll be some guys that won't be able to play, but I feel good about our numbers and where we are right now with COVID. Now, We still have a few test results that are not back yet from our Wednesday test, and we tested this morning, so we won't get those back until probably about noon tomorrow. But as of right now, I feel real good about our players' health and safety who have contacted COVID, and about our numbers going into the game.
Alyssa?
Hey, Sam, I know you guys are focused on the game, but I wanted to ask you about maybe after the game. I know Georgia was able to talk to Jamari and Warren about you and how much of an influence you had with him. And I think I remember you saying you didn't get to see those guys and say goodbye in person. So have you thought about seeing them for the first time once this game is over?
You know, I read a rule maybe a week ago, maybe 10 days ago, that pre and post game activity between coaches, between players was prohibited. Now, whether that's been lifted or not, I don't know. But if it hasn't, then I'm certainly going to miss that opportunity. If it has, then I'll go over there and visit, with the guys. This is everybody wants to win, and I'd be disappointed if they did. You know what I mean? It's you want to win. You're on different teams now, but after the game, there's so much respect that I'll have for their players, and so much respect I have for them, and that I want to be able to tell them.
Otis?
Hey, Sam, I know AJ's and Matt's kicking some, but on your kickoff, I didn't see a kickoff guy on the depth chart. Is that Vito, the freshman, going to kick off for you?
Yeah, he's the one. He's the one kicker right now. Kickoff man.
Ty?
Sam, you told us that there's some pieces of advice that you were going to take from Barry Odom. There's others that you're going to decide with what you're going to do. During game week, is there any other kind of pieces of information or conversations that you guys had being 2 days out?
No, to be honest with you, I asked him some questions about interviews, about the SEC has interviews every Wednesday, and I just kind of ask him about what that's like, what's that, how long is it, who did he follow, things of that nature, and what questions that he got that might have been on a regular type basis. Not a whole lot more than that. We did have a staff conversation about how many reps we're going to do today. I was a little more on the high side than what the coordinators wanted. So we met in the middle on that. But other than that, not much this particular week.
Bob?
Sam, what kind of camp would you say or preseason practice has Rakeem had? Do you feel good about the improvement he's made in blocking and receiving? And I think it was last night, he said he'd like to get him maybe up to 30 touches. How good do you feel about being able to do that?
Well, I feel real confident in Rakeem Boyd. He's done everything that we've asked him to do. Obviously, being the captain, his team has high respect for him, as well as his coaching staff. He has done a really good job with catching the ball out of the backfield, and probably even a better job at protecting when linebackers come up. And we have worked that with him and all the backs quite a little bit. I think he's ready to go. He's a big back. Obviously, you wouldn't want to run him 30 times every game, but you want to run him to win the game. So whatever that number is, I think he can hold up and he'll have success.
All right. Let me know if you've got more questions in the chat. Nate?
I'm okay.
Nikki?
And go on to somebody else.
Nate, you look good. Hey, Nikki, sorry.
You're good. Coach, you've talked about Felipe's leadership, but how was it specifically during this game week, getting everything ready? How focused is he? And his interactions with other players, just how have you seen that leadership come out?
To be honest with you, I feel like him becoming a captain, in his mind, I don't know, you'd have to ask him, but it seems like it's allowed him to become more vocal, more comfortable with talking. I think it's made him a swaggier player, if that makes sense. I think it all has confidence. I think it's built his confidence up. You would think that he would come from Florida and the success he's had and all that he'd walk in here with a huge swagger about him, but that's not the case. He's a very humble person, very quiet young man. But I think this has helped his leadership, and it certainly has shown this week.
Hayden?
Hey, Coach. Sorry if this has already been asked. I was a little late getting in here. Has it hit you yet that you were 48 hours away from, leading the Razorbacks onto the field and the job that you've described as your dream job? And just how surreal is Saturday going to be when you look across the field and see Kirby and those guys?
Well, looking across, we scrimmaged before, and they'd be on the other side, so that may not be too big a deal. I haven't really had time to reflect about what Saturday might be, or that I'm the head coach at Arkansas or anything like that. We've been so busy. I'm very honored to be the head coach at Arkansas, but I really haven't reflected on that. I don't know if there's time to do that right now. I think maybe after the season, we'll be able to look back on it and see how successful we were or unsuccessful. I mean, we, certainly we feel like we're going to have great success, and that's the goal.
Kyle?
Hey, Sam, I want to ask about TJ Hammonds. A guy who's bounced around from position to position, sometimes struggled to see the field at times. This is his redshirt senior season. How has he looked, and can you see him kind of going out on a positive note?
I believe that he'll end his career on a very positive note here. He's helping us in the slot. We plan on using him quite a bit. He's very good in special teams, and I'm not talking about just as a returner. I know he starts on at least 2 to 3 special teams right now, but he has value because he has speed, and I've been really pleased with his effort on the field, and again, I think he brings a lot of value to special teams as well.
Hey, Sam, during a game week like this, how involved are you in game planning, not just on offense, but on defense on both sides of the ball? And then on game day, I know your coordinators call the games, but how involved do you get in play calling?
Ian, I'm involved in both the offense and the defense as far as game planning, but it's more of, for Barry and them, it's more of what I know that will hurt an opponent. Hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? What do you think about multiple fronts? What do you think about, whatever, this blitz, that blitz, this situation? Same way with offense. We have our offense, but it's what formations do you want to try to attack these guys with, and things of that nature. So I watch as much tape as they do on their opponent, and I have my notes, and I'll go down there and talk to them about it. In no way, shape, or form do they have to put that in, but I'll talk to them about what I see on both sides of the ball. And on game day, it'll be situational. It'll be, hey, Barry, what do you think here? What are you going to do here? Kendall, you have 2 downs, things of that nature. Hey, I need you to run it here, time management wise, whatever it may be. But I'm not going to tell them a play to run on either side of the ball.
Last one, Tribute.
All right, Coach, I'll get you out of here with what's known as a softball. Any pregame rituals or superstitions? Any meal you like to eat right before kickoff? Any of that kind of stuff?
No, I don't really have rituals. Again, I think you guys know how I am. I think I'll be prepared on what I need to be prepared on, and then pregame speech and things of that nature will probably just come from the heart, and a lot of times it means more that way anyway. But no, I don't. I really don't. I like to get out and go for walks on game day, so I'll get out and go for a walk, and hopefully I can bring my old partner Barry with me on it. He'll probably go with me, but that'll be about it. And I don't have, I like chocolate obviously on, let me see, every day, but I'll probably have some on game day as well.
Thanks, Coach.